Before he does, I had the opportunity to catch up with pitching coach Matt Blake to talk about this run that starters have been on as of late.
It's been really impressive. I think each one's kind of piggybacked off the last guy and just kind of raised the expectations for all of them. And I think they've kind of risen to the occasion as a result. It's been nice to see.
Clark Schmidt gets the ball this afternoon. He said after his last start, he felt like he might have been tipping. Have you guys addressed that in between starts?
Yeah, we kind of got to it in the middle of that game, too. We were generally aware of what it is from second, but it felt like we got that covered. But it's something that you're always monitoring with these guys, so we'll be on high alert at all times.
How do you fix that?
Well, you got to identify it first, and sometimes you don't really know what other teams have, so it's hard to always know. But you've got a general, kind of some checkpoints you look through and make sure that you're not giving things away, and just make sure that we're kind of assessing that on a consistent basis.
That aside, Schmidt has been fantastic to start the year. What areas have you seen him grow this season?
Yeah, I think the cutter usage has been better. I mean, he used it a lot last year, but kind of got in some trouble, ended up in damage areas to lefties. So he's been able to stay at it down and in and keep the ball away and up, and when he goes in, it's up and in. So that's been probably the biggest growth for him. But then even just improving the slider and the curveball shapes, getting a little more sweep on the slider, adding a little more depth on the curveball. And I think just overall he's got a better awareness for the game plan and what teams are trying to do to him. So I feel like he's grown in a lot of areas, really.
You mentioned that these guys seem like they're kind of feeding off of each other a little bit. This early in the season, it seems like this group is super tight-knit. Yeah. How much do you think that helps?
I think it helps a lot, actually. I mean, the conversation's been really good in between outings. I think they help each other. They're watching each other's pens. They're talking about what's been going on in the games. I think there's a sense of calmness amongst the group that they just all feel like they're going to take care of each other, and each one's doing their job, and, kind of has been a nice way to start the season.
Is it wild to you what they're accomplishing? And, hey, you don't even have Garrett Cole yet.
Yeah, I think, once Garrett went down in spring, I think everybody kind of just sensed, like, all right, we've got to step it up. They're all capable of doing it. It's just a matter of going out and doing your job and, making sure their process is good, and so far, so it has been.
And since May 12th, Yankees starters are 11-1 with a .78 ERA. They've done an unbelievable job setting the tone for the game, and Anthony Volpe has done a great job setting the table for this Yankees offense. He extended his hit streak to 18 games yesterday. 2 hits for him, a run score. It is the longest hit streak for a Yankee since Derek Jeter back in September of 2012. He had a 19-gamer. Earlier, I asked Aaron Boone what he's seen from Volpe at the plate during this span.
Continuing, evolving, outstanding player that's hungry, that's had the ability to make adjustments, and just on a lot in front of some great hitters, and that's crucial and been a driving force for our offense.
It seemed like the league adjusted on him again this year after his hot start, and then he found a way to make yet another adjustment. Just what does that say about him as a young player, that he's able to pivot like that and figure it out?
Yeah, great aptitude. I think that's one thing that's really stood out to me about him is, obviously a very talented player, young player, but the aptitude he has to be able to take what you learn, good and bad, struggles, successes, and to be able to continue to make those adjustments. Those are separators from, average to good and good to great players, and he has all those intangible qualities.
And Aaron Boone said that when DJ LeMahieu does come back, Anthony Volpe is not going anywhere. He is staying in that leadoff spot. Speaking of DJ LeMahieu, that brings us to the injury report brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. LeMahieu played for the Rail Riders today, 6 innings in the field. Aaron Boone said the plan is to activate him Tuesday, game 1 of that Angels series. Also noteworthy, John Birdie got some information back from his MRI. Aaron Boone calling that calf strain a high-grade strain. Not a time frame in place yet, but it is going to take some time, according to Boone. And Ian Hamilton is not on the active roster yet. He remains on the COVID IL. Aaron Boone said that they would potentially activate him today, but they opted to wait until Tuesday. In game 1 of that Anaheim series, they figured with the off day tomorrow, they would give him a little bit of time. So that'll be an added arm in the pen, and DJ LeMahieu, another option for the Yankees in the field. Expect him to be the everyday third baseman when he does get back, but imagine they are going to have to ease him into things a little bit. It'll be interesting to see during that series how Aaron Boone decides to use DJ LeMahieu.
No doubt. Yanks looking for the sweep today. Meredith, have a great afternoon, and we'll see you in just a bit with Michael and Paul. Now, all season long here on Yes, we're